Good afternoon to one and all. Welcome to my course of Power Plant Engineering. In that, today's topic is pulverized coal fuel burnings. The outline of my presentation is pulverized coal fire and classification of pulverized burning methods. Fuel burnings. In our previous session, we discussed about the fuel burnings. Fuel burnings are broadly classified into three types: hand method, mechanical method, and pulverized method. In our previous session, we discussed about the hand method and mechanical method. So today's session starts with the pulverized fuel burning. So what is meant by a pulverized fuel burning? A pulverized coal fired boiler in an industry or utility boiler that generates the thermal energy by burning pulverized coal that is blown off into the firebox. Means the pulverized coal boiler in which the industries, it is used in industries or the boilers that generates the heat energy. Means by using the pulverized coal, heat energy is liberated. So what is meant by the pulverized coal? The coal is in the powdered coal, all coke dust, since it is a fine as face powder in the cosmetic makeup. Means the coal is crushed into a small particles. These small particles after screening we will get a powder form. So that powder form coal is known as pulverized coal. These fine particles as look as a face powder which is used in the cosmetic makeup, and that is blown off in the firebox for the combustion process. The basic idea of firing system using pulverized coal is the whose volume of the furnace for the combustion of the fuels. Means this is the basic system used for the pulverized fuel to use the whole volume of the furnace for the combustion. If we take a large amount of the solid particles, it is used it is also used for burning, but the efficiency get reduced because burning of a large amount of the coal requires more time. But if the coal is pulverized in the form of fine particles, this increases the thermal efficiency of the plant. So coal is grounded to a size of fine grain mixed with air and burned in the flue gases. Means after the sizing of the fine particles, it is mixed with the air and it is burned into the and it is burned. After the burning, heat energy along with gases are released. These gases are sent into the flue gases. So biomass and other materials can also be added. Means along with the coal, biomass also added. Coal contains mineral particles which is converted to ash during combustion. The coals also contains some of the mineral particles which are used for combustion process. The ash is removed from the boiler at the bottom. This bottom ash is used in the furnace. This type of the boiler dominates the electric power system, providing steam to produce the electricity. Means this generation of power is used for the generation of the electricity. So for large power plants of 100 megawatts and above, the coal is pulverized in order to increase its surface area. Means the coal is pulverized to increase the surface area, and much of the excess air results in higher thermal efficiency. Means if it is pulverized, we previously discussed, the thermal efficiency gets increased. So coal is pulverized. Coal is pulverized to it is fitness the coal of about 70% pass through the 200 mesh. Means after the coal is crushed into the fine particles, this coal is sent into the mesh. In this screening takes place. So here the mesh is used is 200 mesh, means of 0.74 mm. So this mesh of above will get the fine particles above we'll get the undersized particles and below we will get the, sorry, above we'll get the oversized particles and below we'll get the undersized particles. And 98% of the fine coal passes through 50 mesh, means 0.297 mm of the sieve is used. Pulverized coal power technologies. The pulverized coal power technologies are breaking down into three categories. That is, first one is the subcritical pulverized coal plants, supercritical pulverized coal plants, ultra supercritical pulverized coal plants. So what are the three types of the plants? Subcritical pulverized coal plants are also known as sub-CPC. So C stands for critical and P stands for pulverized and C stands for coal. And next one is SCPC. S stands for super, C stands for critical, P stands for pulverized and C stands for coal. And next one is the ultra supercritical pulverized coal. So it is represented by the letter USCPC, ultra supercritical pulverized coal. So these prime difference between the three types of the pulverized coals are operating based on the temperatures and pressures. So they are divided on the basis of the temperatures and pressures in which they are operated. So subcritical plants are operate below the critical point of water. What is the critical point of the water? 647.096 Kelvin and 22.064 megapascals. Pressure is used for subcritical plants. And for supercritical and ultra supercritical plants, operates above the critical points, means above 22 megapascals. As the pressure and temperature increases, so it does operating the efficiency. So these are the various types of pulverized coal power plant technologies. Requirements of the pulverized fuel firing. So there are two requirements which are must for the pulverized coal to run the successful in a furnace. In that, first one is presence of large quantities of fine particles of coal. Means fine particles of coal must be there and these fine particles should pass enough through 200 mesh. Spontaneous ignitions because of larger surface area of the volume ratio. Means if the fine particles passes through 200 mesh and spontaneous ignition occurs, in which the larger volume of the ratio also occurs. And second one is the presence of minimum quantity of the corrosive particles to ensure combustion efficiency. So minimum quantity of corrosive particles is there, which increases the higher combustion efficiency. And next one is the pulverized coal power plant. So this is the pulverized coal power plant diagram. So from the coal hopper, the coal is get crushed into the small particles and it is sent into this pulverized firing. After the pulverized, it should be grated and sent into the coal burner. So this is the pulverized coal power plant. And advantages of pulverized coal power plant. Any grade of the coal can be used effectively because it is powdered before it is used. Means there are 5 types of the coals are used, in which bituminous and semi-bituminous is used for the generation of the electricity. So other than bituminous and semi-bituminous coal is used for the generation of electricity if it is in the form of pulverized. And second one is higher boiler efficiency due to complete combustion. As we take in the coal in the form of powder, which increases the boiler efficiency. And flexible method and can respond well for sudden changes in method. And it is very flexible. If there is sudden change, it will accept that changes in the climatic. And fan power required is very low and free from clinker problems. As the coal formed is very fine particles, so clinker formation is there is no clinker formation. Volume of the furnace required is very less. As we take the solid coal particles, it requires a large area of the furnace for the combustion process. If it takes a very fine particles, the volume of the furnace required is very less, and no major problem in ash handling. As we take in the particles of very fine particles, if it after the combustion, these fine particles gets converted into a smoothie. So there is no ash problem also. The smaller quantities of excess air and thorough mixing of air and fuel produces a large fire furnace temperature with little smoke. As we previously discussed, excess amount of air is required for mixing of the combustion process. This system works easily with or within the combustion. It is practically free from slagging and clinker troubles. This system is applicable to release a large amount of the heat, making it to generate 2000 tons of steam per hour in one boiler. So pulverizer coal power plants are used for large power stations of which produces about 2000 tons of the steam per hour in one boiler. So large amount of the heat can be liberated by using the pulverizer coal power plants when compared to the mechanical and hand firing. And disadvantages: additional investment for the coal preparation unit. Means for pulverizing, we need some equipment such as the crushers, screeners. So additional investment must be there. And extra power is required for pulverizing the coal. So for crushers and screening, we require an extra amount of the additional power is required. Maintenance cost is more, which depends on the quantity of the coal. So if we take a peat, this peat is also used for the combustion process. So for that, maintenance cost is very high. Due to very high temperature, maintenance of furnace walls is difficult. So we are taking the coal in the form of the fine particles. These fine particles, which when combustion process takes place, a large amount of the heat is liberated. Means the temperature of the boiler gets increased to very high. This increased high temperature spoils the boiler furnace walls, which reduces the efficiency, and more space is required. Special equipment is used to start the method. And air pollution is caused by the emission of fire particles of grit and dust are formed in the pulverized coal. So special dust catchers or precipitators are essential, which requires the additional investment. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of pulverized coal power plant. So pulverized coal preparation. So coal should be pulverized. For the pulverized coal, these are the following methods. Coal is pulverized to increase its surface area, thus emitting the rapid combustion. Means for increasing the, if we increase the surface area of the coal in the form of the fine particles, that increases the combustion efficiency. The pulverized coal obtained by grinding the raw coal is pulverized mill. So pulverized coal is converted into the fine particles from the raw coal by using the pulverized mill. So various mills are used are ball mill, ball and race mill, hammer mill, and bowl mill. So these are the various mills which are used for converting the raw coal into the pulverized form. So essential functions of the pulverized mills are drying the coal and grinding the coal. Means drying the coal means if any moisture particles contained in the coal should be removed. And grinding the coal means this raw coal should be grinded into a small particles. Separation of the particles of a desired size. After grinding, there should be a separation of the desired particles by using the sieves. Sieves are of two types, hand sieving and machine sievings. So coal pulverizing mills reduces the coal to powder by any action such as impact, abrasion and crushing. So pulverizer mill reduces the coal into the powder form by using the impact action, abrasive force, and crushing. So these are the various functions. Means the coal should be dried. After drying, it should be grinded. After grinding, the raw coal is split into a small particles. These small particles should be sieved, and after the sieving, fine particles is sent into the boiler for the combustion process. In previous, we discussed about the pulverizing mills. There are 4 mills. In that, first one is ball and race mill for the pulverization. If you see this diagram, so the raw feed coal is entering into here. There is a 2 spring actions in which reduces the force. So this raw coal is sent into this grinding elements. These grinding elements are used to crush the raw coal into the fine particles. So for grinding also we need a additional supply of air is there. So hot air of primary air should be supplied from these 2 chambers. So there should be a 2 rays, upper rays and the lower rays. From the upper rays, the fine particles is discharged. From the lower rays, the particles of higher particles is again recycled for the raw coal feed. And next one is the ball mill. So this is the diagram of the ball mill, which is used for the coal in the form of the combustion process. So in ball mill, the feed raw materials enters here. There are some grinding balls which are made up of the iron particles, and they are very heavy. And the feed materials is entered from the both the particles. So when the feed materials enters into this mill, this grinding balls is rotated. So when the balls rotated, so these are the grinding balls, and this yellow is the coal. When these particles is rotate, so the raw coal is crushed in the form of the fine particles. While grinding, there are some amount of the dust is produced. So this dust is removed by using the dust collection, and the fine amount of the coal is collected at the bottom. So this is the application. This is the procedure for the ball mill grinding. Means the feed particles enters from here. This grinding balls rotates in a circular motion. When the ball rotates, the raw coal of the solid form get crushed. And if while crushing, if any dust particles is released, this dust particles should be removed, and the fine particles should be collected from the bottom. In that, first one is the pulverizer coal firing system. How the pulverizer coal firing system process takes place. If we take the raw coal should be crushed. So this is the primary crusher. After the primary crusher, it is sent into the magnetic separators. Means in the magnetic separators, by using the magnet, the coal particles are separated with the fine particles. After the fine particles is collected, it is sent into the coal dryer. In the coal dryer, if any moisture content is there, it should be removed. After the coal drying, it should be sent into the bunkers. In the bunkers, the large amount of the coal is to be collected before the boiling process. From the bunkers, it should be sent in the 2 systems, unit system and central system. So in unit systems, there are separate units are there. In that the coal is to be separately sent into the single separation system. So in the unit system, there are some scales. So by using the scales, the coal should be screened. After the screening, the fine powder coal pulverizers is passed through the pulverizer, and it is collected in the bunkers. From the bunkers, the coal is sent into the furnace. So this is the unit system. And in central system, after the scaling, the fine particles is collected in the central bin. From the central bin, it is sent into the feeder. In the feeder, it is sent into the unit system by using the unit system, and this unit system is used to store the large amount of the coal in the form of the bunkers. These bunkers are used to send this pulverized coal into the boilers. So pulverizer coal firing system. So this is the pulverizer coal firing system. In the previous, it is the flow sheet of the pulverizer coal systems. So this is the pulverizer coal firing system. So basically the pulverizer plant may be divided into the two systems on based on the firing. First one is the unit system or direct system. Second one is the bin system or central system. So in unit or direct system, this system works as the follows. So the raw from the bunker drops into the feeder. From the feeder, the coal is dried in the feeder and passes the hot air. This coal is then passed through the pulverizing mill. There are four types of the pulverizing mills as we previously discussed. From the mills, the primary air enters into the pulverizing mill. So primary air plus fine powder coal, that is pulverizer coal, enters into the burner, and here the secondary air is supplied. And while adding the secondary air, should be sent into the furnace. So this is the process of the pulverizer coal firing system. Again, I am repeating. So the raw coal bunkers enters into the feeder. In the feeder, the coal is dried, and along with the feeder, the hot air is passed for the removing of the any moisture content in the coal, and the coal is sent into the pulverizer. In the pulverizer mill, it should be pulverized in the form of the fine particles, along with the additional amount of the air is added. This air and the coal is sent into the burner. In the burner, before the combustion process, it is to be sent into the furnace. And advantages of the unit system: simple layout and easy operation. So the operation is very simple, and the layout, it requires less space. So this unit system requires a less amount of the space. It is cheaper when compared to the central system, and less maintenance cost is required. Simple coal transportation system, and the direct control of the combustion from the pulverizer is possible. Means for before the combustion, the direct control is there. So better control over fuel fade rate. So these are the advantages of the unit system. And next one is the disadvantages of the unit system: less flexibility when compared to the central system. So it requires a more flexible. With load factor in common practice, the total capacity of the mills must be higher than for the control system. Means when with the load factor in common practice, the total capacity of the mills must be higher than the control system should be there. Any fault in the coal preparation unit may stop the entire system generating systems. Means any fault means the coal should be pulverized. It is mixture of any fine particles. The unit system entire stops. So this stopping of the process reduces the efficiency of the plant. And excessive wear and tear of the fan blades as it handles air and the coal particles. So in the previous, in the furnace, air, secondary air and the coal is enters into the burners. So this in that additional amount of the air is required in the form of the secondary air by using the fans. So fan blades may wear and tear. So these are the disadvantages of the unit system. Next one is the bin or the central system. So this is the bin or the central system. In bin or the central system, the raw coal from the bunkers is sent into the bunkers. So the raw coal is sent into the bunkers. From the bunker, it is sent into the feeder. From the feeder, primary air should be supplied. For the primary air, the hot air should be processed for the removing of the any volatile matters in the coal. So this pulverizer coal, this raw coal is sent into the pulverizer mill. So in the pulverizer mill, fine particles with the coal is sent into the cyclone separator. In the cyclone separators, the fine particles are separated, and again, if any solid particles are there, again the solid particles is sent into the pulverizer mill for the recycling process. From this cyclone separator, the coal is sent into the conveyors. Again, the feeder is there. In the feeder, primary air is passed through this to remove the to remove the volatile particles. Again, this primary air plus coal is sent into the burner, and the secondary air is added in the burner for the combustion process, and this is sent into the furnace. If we see this process, this is occurs in the unit system. And in the bin or central system, again the raw feeder with pulverizer mill is used. Advantages of the bin system: more flexible because the quantity of the fuel and air can be controlled separately. Because here there are two feeders are used, so it is more flexible for the controlling of the quantity of the fuel, and it is more reliable. No problem of excessive weights and fans or blades. Less labor is required. Low power consumption per ton of coal should be handled. And disadvantages of wind systems or central system is initial cost is very high, because here we are using two feeders and cyclone separators are used. It requires large space area when compared to the unit system, and the possibility of the fire and explosions occurs. So in that we are using two feeders. So in the feeders, if any dried particles is not there, then there will be a possibility of the fire and the explosion. Dryers are necessary. So additional dryers are necessary. So dryers requires a large amount of the power consumption. Operation and maintenance costs are high when compared to the unit system. So in the unit system, only only the elements of the primary air for the primary air feeder, bunkers, pulverizer mill, and the burners is there. But in the central bin system, we are using two bunkers, two feeders, and the pulverizer mills are used, along with that cyclone separators and the conveyor belts are used. So the operation cost is very more when compared to the unit system, and more number of auxiliaries are required. Means more number of components are used in this central or the bin system when compared to the unit system. So in this session, we discussed about the pulverizer coal firing system. So functioning of the pulverizer coal firing system, classifications of the pulverizer coal firing system, unit system and central system. Thank you.